You guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm still black. When I get to the, oh, there it is. This really stinks. I wonder if I need to like take off the app and upload the app, because it keeps doing this to me. So I need to figure this out. Good. Okay, I'm back too. Hi, Erin. Oh, it is? Maybe that's what it is, Joe. I don't know. So anyway, I forget what I was talking about, but I think it was about to-dos. Hey, girls, I wanted to show you too. I found this new stamp, and Sydney kind of told me about it first, my son's girlfriend, but check this out. Look at this stamp. I'm in love with stamps, but check this out. Isn't it so cool? And then I write on top of it, and you can see it perfectly, but it really gives it that old style book, as well as the watercolor does too. So I've kind of been in court. Thank you for inviting followers. Yeah, Michael's, Joe, that's where I got it, and I love it. And you can write on top of it, and you can paint watercolor on top of it. Just so you know, if you guys are interested, totally loving it. So anyway, with my to-dos, I will, if I've got a heavy day on the, I know, it's so amazing. Gray would be cool. You know, I use the microns because they're waterproof, so a lot of times I'll write out my days first, and then I'll watercolor on top of them, and so that works. And sometimes if I watercolor first, I'll just use my Papermate Flair on top. So that's my favorite pens, for sure. But yeah, I'll just be mapping out my days and how I want to live, and all my personal goals are in there. Yeah, and that's probably why. You're gonna, you gotta make sure you have a waterproof pen. And I think all those stamps, I watercolor on top of them, and they do not spread at all. Oh, yay, I'm so glad. I tell you how the Planner Perfect method works if you're new. Oh, I love the microns. Absolutely love them. You know, I'm a Traveler's Notebook junkie. This is a Chic Sparrow. I think it's a buttered rum, Darcy. But I created plan books with stamp ink. I use the distressed and just regular black, and I can't remember what I was using. But yeah, I'll use distressed ink, stamp pads, and stuff like that. I do so much artwork in it that's like secondary to what I do on the inside, but I tell you, just with a pen and some watercolor, you're looking gorgeous. So I have a website launch coming with all of these books, spiritual books. There'll be watercolored stickers available, tip-ins will be available. It is a work in progress that I am feverishly working on and very excited about. It is going to be a website. I'll be off Etsy, but if you are liking me on Etsy, that is where I'll be posting when it's up and launched. Yeah, the 1 month at a time. I've always had this method of basically 1 month at a time. And when I moved over to the Traveler's Notebook, I had to decide how I was going to make that work. And I really found that this works amazingly well, and it's just 1 month of your life broke down. So you've got your January and your February and your March, and I have in April, and I have my May, and I have my long-term goals back here. So I can go into this another time too, but yes, I will, Joe. I will be doing a Periscope along all the way and on my IG as I progress into it and over it and what's going over there. So you guys will be able to see all of it as it goes. My son's artwork will be over there too, which will be very, very exciting, on journals and more. So anyway, the whole premise of how this works with the method, the Planner Perfect method, is that there'll be, there's a dashboard that'll be on there, and then what you have though is your calendar. So you have just 1 month of a calendar right here, and then you have your January goals, or your month's goals that you're working in. So you're working in just that month. It's broke down. So I've got long term back here with my mission statement, and then I break it down into months. So this makes them tangible, so doable, and makes you a visionary. It really does, because then you're looking, and you know what makes you a visionary too? I'll show you. This is what makes you a visionary. This. Do you see how it's blank? That makes you a visionary. Because you know what? You can't live by anyone else's dreams or what they have down or what they've scripted or any graphically done, honestly. This is what you need to be all you need to be. It's a blank piece of paper and an amazing pen, and you start scripting out your life how you want it. If you don't like how it is right now, then change it, even if it's incrementally. But design and make a map of how you want to live and write on these blank pages and do it. This is what prompts creativity. We're all made to be creative, and I believe that wholeheartedly. So design a life that fits. You don't need prompts. Just look at this blank page. Envision your life in your brain, how you want it to look, how you want it to feel, how you want your kids, what you want when they wake up, how you want it to feel, how do you want to feel when you wake up, how do you want your body to look, how do you want to be as a wife, how do you want to be as a woman, what are your beliefs, who are you? All of that fits all in here just perfectly, and you need to know those things, and you need that blank paper instead of prompts of just what you're going to be doing that day for lunch and a time slot for the dentist and this. You are so more than your to-do. You are so more than that. So also too, plannerperfect.com, my blog, has a gazillion things on this way of planning, so you can hop right on over to there. That actually, my blog will be switched over to being titled the Planner Perfect Method, and then my new site will be plannerperfect.com, my new website, and then the blog will be attached to it. But you're going to want to set just your month-specific goals, from the books you want to read to the parties you're doing to how to be a better mother, to the kids that you might be focused on, to wardrobe. Hey, Celeste. To your weight, exercise, and food you're eating. To then your personal goals. Well, you know, what are those? Because you've got to include that. And then it goes to your day-to-day. So each day represents a whole day, and I script it like it's a story, but in the flow of my day. So it really creates an inspiring life that, your journals do. Let me tell you, Celeste, you're amazing. This is something that is inspiring to look at. It inspires you as you wake up to look at it, to know what you're doing, that your personal goals are in there, that your emotional and spiritual health is scripted in there, that what you're doing for dinner, how you're going to be taking care of the home, and this is exactly how you wanted it to, what you envisioned for yourself, and it puts you in the mindset for it to happen as well. So that also is what's really great about journaling, writing and planning and mapping out your life in this way, because it really kind of creates, you inspire yourself. These are kind of like some of the tip-ins I've got in here, and that I've done, and just from day to day putting in those. And in the back of all my plan books, I like to put some different pivotal moments of what we did in that specific month. So I have where in January we went to a museum every week. So, oh, thanks, Celeste. And we went to, we're in Nebraska, so went to the Memorial Stadium. It was right in Lincoln. It was right next to the Lincoln Museum, and we went there, and so that was fun. I marked that. We went to the Strategic Air and Space Museum. My babes had a blast. Well, what a great way to document that within the month that it happened in. And it's within your mapped out beautiful life that you've scripted for yourself. So these are keepsakes, girls. I mean, you save these. This is your life and where you're headed. And to go back and see where you've gone and where you're headed, it's a beautiful thing. And to have your children speckled in here as well is dreamy. And this is the Polaroid Zip. It works really great for me. My daughter's getting married, and that would happen, and I put that in there. So it's just, yeah, Joe, it's totally like that. And inspiring yourself and being a visionary for your life really and is to me the only way to live. So it was my birthday in there, so I had started that. I'm planning on adding more to that. So, and then in here in my February, I have my February goals that I had down. And you are never too old to set another goal or to dream another dream, C.S. Lewis. And I love that man, and I love that goal. And I have homeschooling goals. I had Valentine goals. They went without a hitch. When I plan and map out my life this way, and I've said this before about a gazillion times, I work on autopilot. I barely even have to go back and look at it to say, now what did I say I was going to do? I feel like, listen, Erin, I'm putting those up. I took a picture just to get it on that zip and put it in there because you girls inspired me to do it. I'm doing it. And I wish Audrey's on here because she also was saying that to me. So, girls, for those who don't know, okay, my husband for my birthday got me a knife sharpener. And I was straight-faced. Okay, now maybe some of you would have been ecstatic, but when I hear my husband in another room while I'm showering and getting ready, sharpening knives, having a great time, I was like, you know what? Was this for you or what? I don't want this. Anyway, just because it was so funny, I took a picture of it and I'm putting it in under my, where my birthday was in the back there of my January. So, yeah. So I'm mapping out what I want to do for homeschooling, for activities, for my Valentine's Day, you know, in the humdrum of the winter blues, I did this in January. I wrote down everything I wanted, like what I envisioned, what I wanted to do in February with these guys to get them out of the house, to get some of that sun and sludge through the snow because we had to get out of this house. There's also homeschooling ideas. I wrote all these down. This was done like in a month in advance, where I would write down everything I wanted to teach them, show them, introduce to them, and inspire them. So I wrote all that down too. I wrote down the books I wanted to read specifically for February: The War of Art, Start, Live by Your Calling, and Inspire. I would have to say that I've added a gazillion more as I scanning books in every moment I got. My Weight and Body, I will have to say, I learned a lot from the John Gabriel method. That has been an amazing book because it's not just about weight, but it's also about working through emotional issues that keeps fat on you. So, and rewriting those stories. That's really, really, you guys should really look into that book. I then have my personal goals. I'm using my talents, using what I know I'm good at. And even if you don't know what you're good at, just start doing something. Start creating, start moving, start talking, start thinking, and you'll get there. The biggest thing to do is just go and just take steps to go and figure that out. Don't be held back by, well, I got to write out what I think I am, or maybe I won't till I get an epiphany, or until God speaks, or whatever He is speaking. I think what you've got to do is remove the noise. So you've got to remove noise. You've got to be quiet and still. You need to be hearing and praying for it often. If you do not know, there you go. You're a quilter, it makes people happy. There you go. I mean, think of things that you love to do, how you want to grow, what you want to learn, how you want to educate yourself, where you're going and where you're headed. Think way in advance and then take the steps to get there. So I make those personal goals. These are just February specific goals for my business and for my personal goals. And same with weight and everything else and health. I'll take it 1 month at a time. But it is, and man, you're making that with your hands, and I don't think anything is any greater than that. I write down blog, IG, meals, all of that, my Planner Perfect Meals blog. I write all of that in here. It's got a space for it. I only use one planner for the job, and it's nice, except for my spiritual one. And then health and what I want to do for that there. And then this was my day-to-day. But anyway, I went off a broad range of topics, but, you know, we had a fun time bowling, by the way. It's really fun. And you just, oh, yay, love the hearts. So anyway, girls, back to what we really were going on to, which it applies to all of it and how we're living our life and mapping out our dreams, is that we do need to stop and we need to focus. Does everyone know about Planner Perfect fans of Facebook? It's great. Thank you for sharing that. I don't think that they do. So Planner Perfect fans on Facebook is a great group of women where they use and show off their planners using the method, and it's a great way to, you know, share that camaraderie with other women. Yes, mapping out our dreams. So when you plan for the week, you look at your list. No, I don't. I don't at all. That's how non-listy I am. I just envision how I want my day to look and flow, and I do it. And I've got my top 3 list of things I want to do in the morning. That's about how it flows for me. And I'll dig deeper into that. But I hear my 2-year-old. So stop, focus, complete, repeat. Visit my website and other sites. But love you, girls. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys soon.